All right, Caleb, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Hold on one second. I need to make a quick settings change on
All right.
my machine here. I'm always playing with some new stuff to try to find better ways to do things.
All right. Not a problem.
All right, I appreciate that. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right, cool. Thanks for joining up, man. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. I'm looking forward to it.
You've been doing a lot already, though. You've been moving and shaking. I can tell that you're a lot more serious now than you were the last time you were in the forum.
Oh, very much so.
Now, give me a little bit of background. You know we're recording this. Give me a little bit. There are a lot of people, Caleb, who start and say, no, this is too much work, and then after they don't make any money for a few months, they come back and say, well, maybe I do need to do all this work. So tell me what happened with you. You came in the first time and started building sites, but then what happened?
All right. My dad's military, and he was promoted to lieutenant colonel. So we've been traveling a lot, and he makes a good amount of money. So I've been a little bit spoiled, I would say.
Uh-huh.
And so when I first started with online, I was just looking for easy money. And then once I started building sites your way and saw all these momentum emails coming in, I'm like, oh, well, this turned out to be a lot more work than I thought. And quit.
Yeah.
Sadly. I wish I did it 2 years ago, but I did. But then as I'm getting closer to my senior year of college, life started to become more in perspective. I'm like, wow, I need to figure out something I want to do. And I've never really liked working for someone else. And I've always come back and left online. And your method is stuck in the back of my mind. I'm like, this is where I need to be. So I came back and just started putting all I have into this.
Okay, and so now, what do you see? What do you see now? I mean, you've already started making money since you started work again, and now you've jumped into you came back the second time. You started making money, and now you've jumped into the personal coaching. So
Yes,
what were you doing? Please don't call me sir, man. Golly, that's for my old man. Tell me what you've been doing since you've been back the second time. How many months have you been back? 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, this is my fourth month, I believe.
Okay, so 4 months without the personal coaching, but you've already started making money. Now tell me about what you've been doing there.
I built my first 100 sites pretty quickly. 50 Clickbank sites dedicated towards Clickbank, and then 50 Amazon sites.
Yeah.
So after I did that, I started just monitoring the emails and redirecting accordingly. And then within 2 months, I was able to see which sites were taking off the most and which one were sort of lagging behind. So then I just started redirecting all the sites that were sort of lagging behind to a single large Amazon site or a ClickBank, depending on which one it was, and started focusing on the sites that were starting to take off.
Okay, and you knew which sites were taking off because WordPress Momentum's sending you emails and all the stuff that you're ranking for.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My bad.
Right. Okay. Now, you've seen some. You're redirecting all this traffic. Or now on your Amazon sites, are you redirecting directly to Amazon?
No, I built a large white hat site
Yep.
using the Zon builder, and just created different categories and just have one large site.
Okay, and so you built your auto blogs and you're redirecting traffic to your site that promotes Amazon products.
Yes.
Okay, that's obviously making money.
Yes, it is. But I've been focusing more on cash parking and Clickbank now than I am on Amazon.
Okay, it was was the Amazon money as good as the Clickbank money?
No, but sales are more consistent than with Clickbank right now.
Interesting. Now you know going into the fall that physical products are going to be where it's at probably from the 1st of September all the way through January because of Christmas holidays. So you want to keep that in mind. You may want to generate lots more traffic, and if you've got I don't want to talk about your niche. Well, we can talk about your niche because I can edit this out. What niche is your Amazon niche?
Sorry, but we are going to redact that private information. Thank you.
Yes.
Interesting.
I've made about 20 sales so far.
Private.
One of them ended up buying a $705 video processor through my pellet link.
Interesting. I've always said that Amazon works like that. They could go in looking at boots and turn around and buy a cell phone the same day. You never know what they're going to buy.
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. Interesting. So how have your sales been for Clickbank?
They've sort of slowed down a little bit. I'm not really sure why. But there was like a 2-week period where I was making close to a sale a day. And then just sort of dropped out. And over the past 2 weeks, I've made 2 sales so far. And what was I going to say? One of the sites is getting about 60 hops a day, and I get an order form impression every 2 hops, but never any actual sales. Only made 1 actual sale.
Okay, what niche is that?
And the remove moles, warts, and skin tags.
Interesting. Okay, so it doesn't look like they're willing to pay for information. They were looking.
Yeah.
Looks like they were hoping to get information for free, and then they see how much the ebook is. They say, nah, because you can go down to the corner drugstore and get a bottle of Compound W for $5.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please don't call me sir. I appreciate it.
With my dad being in the military, it's just
Yeah.
second nature now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, all right. So let's talk about your other Clickbank niches. Tell me what they are.
Let me pull up my sheet real quick. Go through them. There's the home solar panel niche. The real writing jobs. And a pickup artist site for men, and then a site for women on how to attract men, how to get your ex back, tendonitis, hemorrhoids, how to naturally better your eyesight, premature ejaculation, the paleo recipe book, human anatomy course, iPad video lessons, beat maker online, trick photography book, survival course, and then a movies site, which wasn't converting with Clickbank, and so it's now on cash parking. A singing method, how to sing online courses, a site with all tattoos online, PC software on diagnosing viruses, Card Recovery Pro, how to recover data from damaged SD cards, redirect virus fix, piano lessons online, how to get better grades, surveys, the social media jobs, online jobs, translator jobs, rheumatoid arthritis, how to increase your penis size, pearly papules removal, lose man boobs, metabolic cooking, curing herpes, hypothyroidism, moles, warts removal, heartburn, vitiligo, acne, psoriasis, kidney disease, leaky gut, total hair regrowth, eye floaters, nasal polyps treatment, sweat, excessive sweating, Reiki healing online, woodworking plans that offers like 16,000 woodworking plans in one download, and aquaponics.
Aquaponics. Okay. All right, that's you. I mean, you have covered most of the territory, haven't you?
I tried to.
I think you did. That's pretty strong, man. That's pretty strong, dude. Not many people are willing to do that. Now, let's make sure that we get you something out of that. Can you paste that? Can you Skype me that list?
Yeah. Let me just copy it real quick.
Okay.
All right, I went on and sent you the message.
Okay, I got it. Now, have you looked to see which of these is generating more traffic or the most traffic?
I have.
Tell me what your top 5 are in terms of traffic. What I want to know is the top 5 in terms of traffic and the top 5 in terms of sales.
Okay. The top 5 in traffic is going to be premature ejaculation.
Okay.
Moles, warts, and skin tags removal. The super singing method. Let me find it. The translator jobs. And let me go to my Clickbank real quick.
Sorry, I'm typing in the same window back to you.
All right, not a problem. And then the leaky gut.
And that's the most traffic.
Now let me go into my transactions real quick. Yeah, then I also added another ClickBank one because one of the websites ended up dying or something, and that was the wedding speech niche.
Okay.
So I just sent that to you real quick.
Okay, I
But
got
the
it.
top and sales is the how to pick up men for women.
Really?
The wedding speech, specifically the father of the groom speeches. And then it was in the online job site, but it turned out discover a new niche, and that's been converting pretty well. And it's just something I found out, and it's only got 10 visitors, but made its first sale already. And I made a sale with removing skin tags, and the translator jobs are the most converting.
Okay, on the
French press yesterday that I was reading, which is not exactly.
it's already made its first sale. How long did it take you to get those 10 hops?
About 10 days.
Okay, so you're getting 1 hop a day, and it's converting at 10%. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I only had one post when I started redirecting it, and then it made a sell a couple of days ago. So then I just built out a new category with about 1,000 posts.
Not yet committed, and who
Okay. Cool.
And just waiting to start getting emails back for that.
Now, did you publish all those 1,000 immediately, or did you drip them in?
I drip them in.
Okay. So, all right.
About 20 a day.
20 a day? Well, okay. That's pretty good then. I would say that you should pursue that niche. How much is what's the commission on it, and what's the total price of the product?
Let me pull it up real quick. The payout is $15.22. Let me look up the total price real quick. I believe it's $27. Yep, $27, and we get 50% commission.
Okay. All right. How many of those secret are there on Clickbank? Do you know?
I only saw one when I found the keyword in the momentum email, and then I went searching through Clickbank. I can only find one.
Okay. Let's do this. Oh Lord. Okay. Are you in your account in Clickbank?
Sir?
Are you logged into your Clickbank account?
I am, yes.
Okay. I am going to make you presenter.
All right.
All right. And now we're going to take a look at your screen. There we go. All right. And let's go search for some products to the marketplace. And let's just double check and make sure.
All right. And while you're trying to get into your Clickbank account, I found one more.
Okay.
So this is the one I was promoting that got a sell. One that says Mr. Again.
Yep.
and then I missed this one the first time.
Okay. And I'm looking at it. What's the gravity on each of those?
Jobs.net, the gravity is 0.23, and cloud again, the gravity is 4.93.
Okay. Okay, so there are two products there. The reason that I wanted to know how many products were there is because if there's only one product in a market, then it's a slam dunk. Even if it's a small market like okay, here's the deal. If silver is hot for you and you've got one automated site out there that you just built that's already sending hops and making money, then that's going to be, you can pretty well say, okay, this is going to be profitable. And what you want to do is send a ton more of this automated site traffic to it as quickly as possible, and so you can get some more data in a shorter amount of time. I mean, you want to build as many pages as you possibly can and get them linking, because we need more data. 10 hops, even though you've got one sale and that's converting at 10%, it really doesn't tell us a lot. We'll know more after about 2,000 hops.
Okay.
So after we have 2,000 hops, we can make a little better determination if this is something we want to pursue or not. And I'll just give you an example of what I would do and what I would suggest you do. If this niche works out so that so that we know it's going to be profitable, if it's hot enough that you can get 2,000 hops over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, and you can still stay somewhere around 5% in sales, then that's going to be a niche that you want to pursue. Now, if you're getting that kind of traffic and getting that kind of closing rate or conversion rate, and there's only 1 or 2 products, that means it's time for you to start building an email list. And it also means it's time for you to start buying some paid traffic to help you build that list. And obviously, every time somebody signs up on your list, you want and they go to their email to confirm, and they click that confirm link, you want it to redirect them to the offer. And then obviously from your autoresponder account, you want to hit them with as many offers as you can, because obviously you can't make any money if you don't have offers in front of people, right? Okay.
And I started doing that with the premature ejaculation niche.
Yeah.
I was getting traffic, but the sales weren't converting. So a couple of days ago, I built up a landing page and started redirecting all the traffic to that. And I'll pull up the Weaver account, so you can see the subscribers. I think I have around 15 active ones. Yep. So 15 active and 30-something still waiting to confirm.
Okay. And let me
So
see
I thought
your.
that'd be a good niche, that good cross promote.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Let me finish my thoughts on, and then I want to address this niche too. And buying traffic and getting that thing built up, then what you want to do, I mean, a profitable niche is a profitable niche no matter what it is. If it's profitable for you, you've obviously found a hole that you can sneak yourself into and make some money, right? So what we've done is we've splattered Google with content on this niche, and through WordPress Momentum, you're tracking your rankings so that you can see what Google likes, what Google has a need for, right? I mean, if Google is ranking your automated site posts, then obviously there's no other better content out there for those particular keywords. What that does is that mirrors a void in the market. And that's how you know that that's something you want to pursue. See, we don't want to pursue something, we're not doing guesswork. We don't want to pursue something that might work, right? Because that's just not the way we do things. That's the way everybody else does things. We're sitting back and waiting. We build all this content, and then we track our rankings. We see what Google likes, and once we know that we can rank easily, excuse me, once we know we can rank easily for a profitable niche, then we know that there's probably not a lot of competition in that niche. And once we learn that, then we want to go full bore, and we want to take that niche over. Okay, so right now you found out that niche is profitable. We want to send a lot more traffic to make sure that the theory is going to hold up. And if the theory holds up, then you want to build a list. And then once you start building your list, since there's only 2 products in this niche, you want to think about or start planning doing your own product in this list, right?
Yeah.
Because that's going all the way. You want to go take this niche over, right?
Yep, exactly.
Because that's where the money is. If it's profitable, it's profitable, no matter what. So what you'll do is, once you start building that list, once you start sending that paid traffic, then you're going to buy and read everything you can find on the internet about whatever the content is that this thing's talking about. And then you simply rewrite it. Or you invest $500 and you find somebody to write it for you. Now, once you've found somebody to write it for you, you have your own product. You build a site, you put it on Clickbank, and now you've gone from making the $15 per commission to making the whole $27 per commission.
Wow.
So you double your money instantly.
Yep. I like that.
That's how you get to 6 figures. You know, now I do know people who are building these automated sites like we build, and they do nothing but sit there and build new automated sites every day. And they're making 6 figures doing that. So that can be done. But that is not the most stable and effective way to make money online. It serves a purpose for us. And can you tell me what those purposes are? We just talked about them all.
To get all the information we can, to find out if it's something worth pursuing before we dump a whole lot of money into it and time and effort.
That's a great description. It's a great description. It's exactly what we do. I mean, yeah, we put some money into tools. You know, we use probably, what, $400 worth of tools, maybe more?
Sounds about right,
Yeah, just call it $500. So we invest $500 in tools that allow us to data mine the market. We find out what's easily profitable, and then we start to progress all the way to list building, paid traffic, and then creating our own product. And creating your own product, if you're a real businessman, and you're not anal, and you're not a perfectionist, you can just simply give somebody $500, let them write your ebook, and then you write your sales page, or you hire somebody to write your sales page, and then you put it on Clickbank, and then you're redirecting all of your traffic and your list traffic to your offer so that you're getting 100% commission. Not only that, you're going to start picking up affiliates who are going to promote your offer and allow you to make 50% of everything that they do. And that's no more work for you.
Okay.
So this is exactly what I've done with my internet marketing business. Find a hole, find a need, fill that need, promote other people's products to fill that need, create my own products to fill that need. I go from 50% to 100% commissions, and then keep on keeping on. Keep creating my own products. It's a simple, pretty simple, logical business plan, would you say?
It is. A lot simpler than everyone else's that they're selling.
Yeah, because it's logical, right?
It is.
We just because we're working on the internet and working in a virtual reality doesn't mean we have to suspend our common sense.
Nope.
Because that's where everybody gets in trouble. Magic push button profits. How long did you chase those?
Oh, wow. A year and a half, 2 years.
Mm-hmm. How much money did they ever make you?
None until right up before I joined your forum.
Mm-hmm.
I started my own marketing again, 1 week marketing,
Yep.
and made money with Squidoo sites once I started taking it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't that much fun writing 10 pages of content, tracking rankings, trying to find blogs to comment on, and then find out if it's going to convert or not.
So even the thing that you were making money with, which is, I believe you're referring to Jennifer's or Pot Pie Girl's 1 week marketing.
Yes, sir.
You have to do
Sorry.
a bunch of research in the beginning to try to make the best estimated guess that you possibly can. Then you got to do all the work and then hope that it's profitable.
Yeah,
Would
exactly.
Would that be a fair description?
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
a good description of that.
So we're doing the opposite. We float a
Yeah.
lot of stuff out there. We see what Google has a need for, and then we see if there's a market or if there's a group of people who also have a need for that, and will they purchase it, and if so, then it's just a matter of scaling up your traffic to make as much money as you possibly can with it. It's such a logical thing, and I have such a difficult time understanding people who want to do it the opposite way. I don't get it. So, but anyway, that's where we are, and that is what you paid a large sum of money to get into this, what's basically a mastermind, and a little extra, personal time and some advanced techniques, which you're going to get, and you've probably already seen this, but we're really cranking up the traffic in this advanced course. I mean, we're literally publishing, 8,600 posts a day per cPanel, and you can really get a lot more data that way, and you can get it a lot faster. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. So, in addition to that, Caleb, I want everybody to go from where you are, like where you started with building those 100 sites. You had no idea which one of those niches was going to pay off.
Not at all.
No, but I had to start in the same place. Now, you tell me, I want to ask you this question. Do you have a better feel for niches that will convert now than you did when you started building those first 100 sites?
I do, a little bit, yeah.
Tell me about it.
I need a little bit more information from the sites I have up right now, but after I felt things to start slowing down for me a little bit with the Clickbank sales, I built 50 more Clickbank sites, and I felt like I did a lot better at picking niches or sites that have a better chance of converting through redirection.
Okay. And how do you know you were better at picking?
It's a little hard to explain, but just from like the WordPress momentum emails and the niches that I saw were getting traffic, just sort of looking at it offer a different perspective, I guess, or a different mindset or something. It's a little tough to explain, but you just sort of know.
Right. What I think you're trying to say is with the tracking emails that you get from WordPress Momentum, you're actually able to see what's going on in Google's algorithm. That's really what it is. You might not be trying to say that, but that's really what it is. You're getting feedback. You're getting data from Google's algorithm, and it's telling you where to go.
Yeah.
And during all this experience and all of that information that you've been consuming from your rankings, you've gained a lot of experience. You know that you can make more money with penis enlargement than you can with beat kidney disease, because there are a lot more people, a lot more teenage guys out there worrying about penis size than there are people worried about their kidney disease. Every male has a penis, but not everybody has kidney disease.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that's a basic logical truth. And once you apply logic to your experience, then you'll know, obviously, you've got the better chance with penis enlargement. And penis enlargement happens to be a pretty hot topic, pretty hot niche, and there are some people who do well with it. Now, you have already seen that we're going to build some bigger sites, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we basically talked about building 6 sites. Have you picked out the niches that you want to build in those 6 sites?
I have not yet. No.
Okay. Let's do that now.
All right.
You know, you've been around my forum long enough. You know that I don't like to give people niches. And the reason for that is that I don't want to be blamed. You know, if they don't make any money, you know, I just don't like to be blamed, because it's so easy for a lazy person to say, well, I did exactly what I even used the niche he told me to use, and I still didn't make any money. We have a person in the coaching group right now that is experiencing that same type of perception. But it doesn't have anything to do with me. It has everything to do with the person doing the work. But in this case, I want to help you. You've done enough research and watching this data for long enough time that I think I can walk you through and help you find what the most important niches are.
All right.
So let's go through that process. Now, if you had to choose right now tell me what you think the top 6 niches on the internet are.
The top 6?
Yep, top 6 niches on the internet. Not just Clickbank, not just health issues, not just anything that you've done so far. I want you to think about it from the 50,000-foot view. What are the top 6 niches on the internet?
All right. Top 6.
You weren't prepared for this, I know.
Okay. What's that? Health and exercise, diets.
Okay, let's go
So
with health. That's health is not really a niche. I would consider health a category because there are a lot of niches in health. But it's okay. Let's just talk about categories then first.
All right.
Okay, so we've got health. All right, what's another big category or another big niche you think? All right, look around. Use your logic. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to, and what does he do?
Internet marketing.
Making money online.
Yeah.
Okay. Think about people you know. What do they buy?
The gaming industry. Video games.
Yep. Gaming's big.
Yep.
That's 3.
Pets.
Pets are huge. One more.
Weddings.
It's not that that is a big niche, but it's not evergreen. It's mainly in the spring and summer.
Yeah.
One more.
The outdoor industry, outdoor adventure, like backpack.
Yeah, that would be a physical. Those would be physical products probably. Okay, let's do this. All right, whenever you get stuck, change your paradigm, and let's look at one of these above from a different direction. Let's dig into the health and see how many, or let's dig into make money online and see exactly how many hot niches there are in making money online.
All right.
So what is the number one issue for people who are trying to make money online? Would you say, what would you say it is? What would you say is the number one problem, number one need that people who are trying to make money online have?
To provide a supplement income to help provide for their family or make needs meet.
Okay, that's the reason they're doing it. But in order for them to do it, what is their number one need? How do they do it? What's the name of this course, this advanced course you just bought into?
Personal coaching.
Yeah, but what? But
Rogers.
yeah, but what? There's one more word in there. What's the name of the course? Go back to the Warrior Forum and take a look. What is this course about more than anything? It's about more than personal coaching. What am I coaching you on?
How to make money online. They need a guide, someone telling them how to get started.
Yep, but drill down a little deeper. Exactly what are we doing? What do you have to have in order to make money online?
Traffic.
Exactly. Traffic. Traffic is the number one niche in internet marketing. It is the problem. It's the biggest hurdle for everybody. That is the number one niche in making money online.
All right.
Okay? So let's put that in there. All right, let's take making money online out, but let's replace it with the next biggest niche in internet marketing or making money online. What do you think it is? What did we just talk about? You know, when I gave you that overview of where we're going for business.
Yeah. Finding out how to get like the offer to convert. Finding an offer that converts.
No. Here's where we're going. Let me go over it again. You found a niche that converts.
Yep.
And now we need to increase traffic to Secret Shopper, right?
Yes.
And then we're going to buy some traffic even to Secret Shopper. So and then we're going to do what? Build a list, right?
Yeah, build a list, page traffic.
Yeah, traffic and list building are the two biggest niches in internet marketing. There's a craze about Facebook right now and about Facebook traffic. And there is some traffic on Facebook, and in some niches it's good traffic. Some it's not so good. It's not all encompassing like everybody thinks it is. It only serves one segment, or maybe a couple of segments. So let's go with list building, right?
All right.
Okay. Now, health, we've decided is a category.
Yeah.
What's the biggest niche in health?
Women's weight loss.
Women's weight loss. Pretty big.
Yeah.
Weight loss for women. Okay. Gaming. All right, we've got weight loss, we've got list building, that's 2. Pets is 3, traffic is 4. All right, so we need 2 more. So we've got gaming. Let's drill down on gaming.
All right.
All right, you're in college, right?
Yes.
Okay. And are you a gamer?
Um, I would say so, yeah. Not so much lately as I've been working on this, but yeah, I used to be a big gamer.
Okay. So what was the number one thing that you always wanted to do when you were gaming? What was your number one goal when you were gaming? Just to win, right?
Yep.
Okay. And were you willing to pay $35 for a program that shows you how to beat the other players that you're playing against online, or beat the game itself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
Expect something here.
so
Sorry,
how to win at, I don't know, what's the hottest game now?
Well, they changed so quickly. The one that's been there for the longest, that stays consistent, is World of Warcraft. That's the one that people always keep coming back to.
There you go, buddy. I know jack all about WoW. I don't know anything about World of Warcraft. I know it's a big niche, and I know it's a hot niche. I've never played in this niche because I'm not a gamer, and I didn't have to. I mean, I've found so much money in so many other corners of the internet. I just never had to get into it. It's also very competitive. There's a lot of people selling stuff on, in this niche, in the WoW niche. Okay, we need one more. What about, I'm going to try to lead you into this. What's the number one gaming console on the market now?
PS3, I would think.
Okay, and PS3 is, you can play multiple games on PS3, right? It's just like
As long as
Xbox.
they're made by.
Yeah. It's just like Xbox. You plug a game in, and there you go. Okay, does PS3 ever break down?
It does, yes.
And what happens when it breaks down? It's frustrating, right?
Yeah, they call the company, wait a week for a box, ship it out, wait 3 more weeks, and then get it back and hope it doesn't break again. So a guide on how to repair your console.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wait 5 weeks without the game.
Yeah. 5 weeks without gaming, if you're a gamer? That's like trying to tell an alcoholic 5 weeks without a drink. It's a very hot market. And I know this to be a fact because 5 years ago, when I was just getting started, I was building sites. One of the first ways that I made money, I was making affiliate money, but I started a service business. And this is way before you ever came into the forum. This is actually how the forum got started. I started building 100-page websites on WordPress for people. And they gave me the niche that they wanted, and then I went on and they gave me the niche, they gave me the domain name, and I built the sites for them. I did my own keyword research, and I built the sites for them. And I had one guy that was just amazed at this 100-page website on Xbox repair. And he was making a sale, every 2 or 3 days he was making a sale off this 100-page website. Because Xbox repair at the time was just hot as a firecracker. There were people who had niches like how to get the fleas off my dog. And they didn't make any money. But this guy was making a sale every couple of days. What's the difference between this guy and those other guys?
It solved an immediate need.
That's right.
And there's so many different products for fleas that you don't really need a guide telling you how to do it when you can buy a $10, $15 product from.
Right. You go to Walmart and buy some flea collars.
Yeah.
Why this guy thought that was a good niche, I don't know, but it wasn't for me to ask. He told me what to build, and I built it for him. And I'm telling you that to illustrate this. The people who are making money compared, understanding the difference between the people who are making money online and the people who are not making money online, a lot of times it's in who's doing the work. Some are doing the work and some aren't. But it's also, you can have two different groups of people who are doing the work, and one of them making money and one of them not. And the difference between those two groups is the niche.
Okay.
Now, let me illustrate it even further. You just paid me $1,000 for personal coaching.
Yep.
Is that because advanced traffic courses are hot, or because they're not? It's a need. Yeah, it's hot because it's a need, right? Yeah. You had that need. You want to make money online instead of getting a job after you graduate college. You want to have your own business. So that's an important need to you. And if you just think about that, before you go into a niche, you will become, that's when you start thinking like a marketer. When you focus on needs of people, and you focus on helping them with that need, providing them what they need or what they want, that's when you'll make money. Niche is a perfect example. So they can make more money. Perfectly logical, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Caleb, in 3 months, you're not going to need me anymore, because you will have learned how to think like a marketer.
All right.
And that's what I want for you. That's what I want.
All right.
Now let's see, game. Let's go with game console repair. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, pets is a big one too. That's a category basically. So let's drill down a little more. What's the hottest group of people in the pets category? What do you think?
I would think behavioral issues, like biting, nipping.
So if somebody has a parakeet, behavioral issues would be the biggest niche, be the biggest seller?
No. I was saying dogs' behavioral issues.
Right. What you were looking for, dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, and then a sub niche there is behavioral.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just put that in there, like that as a sub niche. Now
Okay.
you have your 6 niches.
All right.
I think that's how you need to go.
All right. It's going to be video game
Now,
repair.
I just put it in your Skype.
All right.
Check your Skype. We're back on my screen now.
Okay.
And I've got it. If you can see my screen, you can see it right there. Now, these aren't going to be exactly perfect, but what you're going to find using our methodology is you're going to find where the holes are in these niches. You're going to find out what Google needs as far as content in these niches. You're going to find out what's profitable in these niches. And then you're going to make sure you got a good converting offer in these niches. And then you're going to buy some paid traffic to send to these niches to confirm that they're profitable. And then you're going to start building a list in these niches. And then you may even go on to create your own products in these niches. This is how you get to 6 figures, Caleb.
All right.
This is it.
Awesome.
If you're not on your way to creating your first product in, let's just say 6 months, at the 6-month point from the time you bought in, you should be either starting work on writing your own product or looking for somebody to hire to write on that product.
All right.
Now, let me tell you what you can do. Here's one thing that I have. Obviously, I do all of my own. I do a mix of software and info products that help people get to where they need to be. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
But what I have seen some people do in product creation is this. They'll go to the best source. Let's just say they'll go to, let's say, dogs, behavioral issues with dogs. They'll buy 5 ebooks. They'll send those 5 ebooks to their writer that they've hired and say, okay, read these 5 ebooks and then write an ebook based on your perception and your perspective of everything you learned in those 5 ebooks.
All right.
You have your own product. Voila. This is not rocket science, is it?
No, it's not.
It's all just logic, right?
Well, you make it out to be like it's rocket science, but it's really not.
It's really not. Everybody wants this to be difficult, but it's not. What's difficult is because this is a virtual world, is keeping yourself on track and actually doing the work.
Yeah.
But I think you've already learned that.
Yeah. For the most part, I still go over Facebook every now and then, kill some time.
Well, you probably saw my post in the forum the other day. I've had to get off Facebook.
Yeah,
It's a time vacuum.
it is.
And
Lose time so quick over there.
yeah, I allow myself to go check for messages twice a day there, and really not go back until after dark. Really until after the workday's over. But I'm getting to the point where I'm training myself that I don't even really. I'll go after the workday's over, but I've been on the computer so long that I can't stand any more than 5 minutes. So I'll leave it alone anyway, and it hasn't killed me yet. So now we've gone over a lot of information. We've been on the phone for an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow.
What questions do you have?
None really right now. We've gone over just about everything. My biggest question was about choosing niches, and we went over that. So I don't really have that many I have no questions right now, really.
Okay. All right. As you know, we have once class starts. This class hasn't started yet, but we will do one webinar per week once the class starts. Those will be on Monday. And then we have coaching calls on Tuesday and Wednesday. And you can set that up through the link is in the tutorials or in the forum, one of the two.
There.
Do you know where those are?
Yes, and there's a link in the email you sent too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've got it in the autoresponder sequence.
Yep.
So we'll do that. So if you're ever stuck, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, you can get on the call where you'll have a chance to speak and ask your questions on the webinars, and then you've got the coaching on either Tuesdays or Wednesdays, whichever you choose. This Tuesday and Wednesday, I just found out I'm going to be out of town. We got to go out of town.
Okay.
So, but more than likely, we're going to start class next week.
All right.
So that first webinar will help to get everybody off and running.
All right.
But if you have any questions between now and then, you can always ask them in the forum. And man, I'm proud of seeing what you've done, because you're really taking a lot of action. I know you are, and you're testing. I want to ask you about your domain parking. You said the one niche was not doing very well in Clickbank, so you sent it to domain parking. Which one was that?
Yeah.
Understand.
Oh yeah.
Streaming movies online.
Yeah. And how's that working out with domain parking?
Really well. I have a really good click-through rate of, it was like 24-25%, and then I made a couple changes with the site title, and that increased my conversion rate to, I think yesterday I experienced a 48% conversion rate.
Wow.
The revenue per click isn't that great, on average 11 cents, but with 50, 60 clicks a day, it turns out all right. It does pretty good.
Okay. All right. That's not millionaire money, but it's money, right?
Yeah, it's money.
And have you gotten a check yet?
I got my first Clickbank check a couple months, or about a month and a half ago, for $214, and got weekly directly deposits for another $200 so far.
Okay, cool. So you getting close to making your money back on your tool investments.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I bought the tools several years ago when I first joined your forum, so it wasn't like I needed a lot of money right now to start over.
Right.
So.
Okay, cool. That's good. The fact that you are going in there and tweaking your site title or your page title and trying to get better conversions, that's pretty intuitive of you, and it shows a high degree of interest. A lot higher degree of interest than I see from most people, and that was why I was so glad to see it, and so glad you reported it. It looks like you're going to be a leader in the forum, because you're doing more than the majority of the other people are, or at least you're voicing what you're doing, and it seems to be that way. And since perception's everything, I think you're going to wind up being a leader in the forum, and I really appreciate you reporting and letting everybody know the success you're having.
All right. Thank you.
All right,
I
man.
appreciate that.
Sure.
All right.
All right. If you need anything else, just let me know. And you know the gig. You've been around long enough. And more than likely, I'll see you next Monday on the webinar call.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Caleb.
No problem. Have a good day.
All right. See you, man.
Bye.